So the sky is changing color. Now, y'all read the thumbnail. Everyone read the thumbnail, right? And hopefully, this view at least is enough to keep you watching this video for as long as the duration is, because I know our attention spans are cooked this generation. But basically, what I want to let you guys know is look at this watch, right? Look at this watch right here, okay? Now, what was the first thing that came to your mind when I asked you to look at the watch? It was probably, now guess the price. That was probably the first follow up question that y'all thought I was going to ask when I asked you to look at the watch. And that's because now in 2025, authenticity is at its absolute lowest. We know that. Everyone knows that everyone is just trying to sell you something nowadays, and that's what it feels like. And that's true. You're absolutely right. And what am I doing with this video? You guys read the thumbnail. It's a real talk, and I'm 100% going to be speaking about something that's going to relate to you completely, because that's just how the YouTube algorithm works, right? But basically, what I'm trying to say is, although everyone is trying to sell you something nowadays, and there is a bit of truth in that in this video, just me, the way I look right now, the way I present myself, what I'm wearing, this watch right here, right? That's not the question I had in mind at all, actually. In fact, like, especially from this far, you probably can't even tell how much it costs or not, or whatever. Anyways, we'll get it out the way, right? But the point being is, the way I present myself right now, I'm also in a way selling myself, selling something, not selling myself, but selling something about myself to you guys, in order for you guys to believe I have something relevant for you guys to believe, relevant that you guys can relate to, relevant enough at least. You know what I mean? And so let's get into the video, man. Like, the reason that you're probably still watching is because I did something that you probably have not seen as much, or you just haven't seen before. And that's novelty. That's novelty right there. And that's what we crave as human beings. Everyone loves novelty. Everyone wants novelty. Now, what is novelty? Novelty could mean so many things, and it could come in so many shapes and forms. But the novelty that I'm speaking about right now is just new, right? Like, let's talk about the broad definition. Is just something new. We're always looking, us human beings, we're always looking for something new. We're always looking for the next best thing, something that will spark our curiosity, give us that flame, give us that energy, ignite energy in us again. Why do you think cheating? Why do you think so many relationships are just down the, like, just relationships are down the drain? They're just destroyed. Relationship advice, everything, it's just cooked nowadays. Why do you think that is? It's because we've taken this idea of novelty and we've incorporated it into every part of our lives. Now, that's a good thing. Novelty in a relationship, don't get me wrong, that's healthy, that's needed, because, like I said, it's our human nature to just crave novelty. That's completely fine. But the problem is, that's to the extreme, is when you go and you're in a relationship with one person, right? You commit. It's a relationship is a commitment, right? Now with novelty, it's like trying out new people, side pieces, and we rap about it, right? We rap about it nowadays. We rap about it. So, like, how do you expect it's not just gonna creep into your mind, right? But that's a topic for another video. What I want to get at today is just that craving for novelty, us as human beings. And so, if you're a student like I am, I'm a student at one of the top 100 world universities in the world, not to boast, but, and I say that because I'm in the engineering program, and the engineering program is so strong. It's one of the strongest in Canada, if not the strongest program that our university has to offer, and it's known for this. And so, what I'm trying to get at is, I'm also trying to relate to you, hoping that if you are a student watching this, and also a very, very tough program, med, law, bio, sciences, engineering, you name it, right? And you've been grinding this year, like, you've been grinding, then you'll know 100% what I mean when I talk about craving novelty and just craving something new, like craving adventure. That's what it is, craving adventure. Because in our fields of studies, right, we're sitting down in the books, and I can speak about this for hours because this is like my favorite subject, but other than fitness, of course. But we're sitting down on the books, right? And we sit for hours. We do deep work, deep studying, and I'm sure you know what I mean, where you go hours on hours with minimal and very, very short length breaks, right? And so when we're in the state of mind and we're focused that much, we enter a new world. Just like we enter a new realm completely. And no one will understand this but us fellow students or our parents who've studied similar things. You know what I mean? And so these worlds that we enter, they're not really real, especially in STEM, especially science, technology, engineering, and math. These worlds that we enter, they're not real. We enter into these worlds. And we have to somehow figure out a way to apply them to this world, to apply them to real life. And that's the hardest part. And the problem is that when we spend so long in these worlds, right? And we come back, we're trained, guys, we're being programmed. If you haven't figured it out yet, we're being programmed to come back into this real world with a lens now of like, how can I apply this? How can I apply what I've just learned? Like, I've just spent so long studying this. Now I need to figure out a way to apply it. And that's exactly what goes on in examinations. That's exactly what goes on in labs that they give you in uni. I'm sure if you're in high school, you can also relate to some extent, but uni is just a different game. And so the thing is, with all these sessions of deep studying, deep work, all these sessions, all these long hours put in, blood, sweat, and tears, you don't really have much experiences outside studying and outside maybe the few like the party here and there. I don't party personally. I'm talking about like just like going out with a friend. That could be considered a party. Going out with friends, right? Doesn't have to be like boom boom boom. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm saying that the novelty that we crave, the feeling of it is just so strong during exam season. Like imagine that in exam season. Tell me your most spontaneous story. I guarantee you, it's like something that if you're not doing school right now, if you're not on uni, like you'd be like, what the hell? How like where did the energy to come? Where did the energy to do that even come from? If you go back and remember right now what you did during exam season, and that's if you acted on that spawn. A lot of people like we just get the thought, we get the idea, and then we'll just be like, we just kind of suppress it, like because we need to lock in, right? But some people will act on it. Like some people will act on it. Personally, I've acted on it. We've gone out, a group of friends, we've done some crazy things, and we crashed a car. Like, not purposefully, of course, right? But crazy events will lead to crazy circumstances, and these crazy events, you'll get the ideas from them when you're under the most pressure, under the most stress, and that's because you crave novelty the most because you've been under a lens, you've been under a scope, a narrow scope of just doing these certain things: breakfast, study, lunch, study, study, break, study, to a friend, study, family call, study, dinner, maybe not even dinner, study, sleep, right? So we fall so strictly into this routine that we have to follow. And the reason for craving novelty so strong is because of this routine itself. And so what I'm trying to get at is, man, I lack adventure. I crave adventure. I miss putting myself out there. I miss making new experiences. I want to be out in the real world again so bad, so badly. And so, what I actually did during exam season, and this will tie in perfectly, is I literally booked a trip to Turkey, a solo trip on my own. I'm going to volunteer at a kids' summer camp in Turkey for 7 weeks. I'm gone for 7 weeks, and people are about to interrupt my freaking view, but that's all right. I'm gone for 7 weeks, and frick, I can't focus. Frick. Um, when I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. All right, but the thing is, like, it takes courage to act on it, especially because like we'll all get a sense of we'll all get this sense, and we'll all get the motivation, but not necessarily that every one of us is gonna act upon it. Now that's the big thing, is just acting upon it and having the courage to as well, because you'll have the courage in the moment, but the real motivation comes from when you actually you book that flight, you book your tickets, you book the trip, right? No. And then once you do that, then it lasts with you. It lasts with you, right? It'll just last with you until you actually get to go on the thing, do the thing. That was like my first experience, bro, of being interrupted in a video. Don't know how to feel about it. I can't lie. Hold up. Did I do something to the mic? Oh shoot. Oh, there we go. We good? We good? Video still running? It's only been 10 minutes, but feels like it's been hours. I can't lie. That damn feels like it's been hours. I can't lie. It's only been 10 minutes. All right. All right. Now the view is immaculate, though. The view is immaculate. Low key, I should get up and give you a flex show at the end of the video, but lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. What I'm trying to say is, man, life is beautiful. Man, life is beautiful. If you've made it a year past uni, at 2 years, a freaking semester, if you've made it a semester through uni, good on you, man. Good on you, boys and girls. Tap yourself on the back. Like that's real. That's real. That's real work. Okay. And uni is something that just seems so mundane nowadays. It's just something that our parents told us to go into. And I 100% agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that. And the struggle is that there are always going to be new ways to make money and new careers in every generation. Every generation there's going to be that, right? New ways to make money. And so the problem here comes with close knit families. If you're tight with your parents, if you're dependent on your parents, that's going to be hard on you to convince them. That's like, mom and dad, like, I'm trying to do this. Like, this is actually where I see myself. My passion lies here. But they're like, nope, traditional route right here. Here you go, silver platter. And it's there, right? And it's handed to you. And so many people right now are just literally going through uni, either cheating their way through exams because they genuinely don't care about what they're studying, or they just lazy as hell, not giving mhm, while they're studying as well, or they're just depressed as hell because they're doing it anyways. Maybe they've been convinced somehow that that's actually the only way to make money. Maybe they've been convinced by their parents because they don't have enough experiences in the real world. They didn't actually put themselves out there. And so when you just kind of give up and give in to just listening to your parents, and to just, I'm not like, please do listen to your parents, amazing people, but they lack something that we have, and that's an understanding of our generation. We understand our generation, hopefully, and I'm talking about especially these early careers that are coming up, because you see, like, I'm sure there's people around you that have been probably making crazy bank, crazy money, or are doing something that is so fulfilling to them. It's not all about the money. I hope you don't get that image or that sort of description for what I'm saying, but of course would like to find fulfillment in other things. And so if these people have found that, they're found their way in non-traditional jobs, non-traditional college routes, right? Then that's something our parents have to understand. And I totally get you. If you're going to have to balance both, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I haven't dropped out. This might seem like a dropout video, but it's absolutely not. Like, I'm in engineering, I'm going into third year, and I love it to a certain extent. I love it for the fact that it gave me the motivation, and just it taught me a skills, it taught me discipline, it taught me things that I would not have learned anywhere else. And diamonds are made under the most intense, immense pressure on the planet, and that's why they're shaped and created so beautifully, roughly, and like exotically strong. There's nothing that can break diamond but diamond, right? I think. And then so the thing is, when you're under such immense pressure, that's when you're shaped. That's truly when you're shaped. And when you become more aware of your reality, of your surroundings, and more motivated, and just when you're under that much pressure, you become so injected with energy. You have so much energy to to want to get yourself out of that spot. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's going on in this video. What's motivating me. That's what motivated me to set up this tripod and put my phone and record, is because I'm looking onto better things and I'm planning for better things and I'm moving on to much, much, much more than what I expect for myself and what my parents expect for myself. And I'm getting up every day at 5 a.m. At 5 a.m. because that's the man who I envision I'm going to become. That's the man I envision I want to be. That's the man I want to be like. And so, why on earth would I not be imitating? What's the word? Freaking emulating. Why would I not be emulating the actions and the habits and the lifestyle that the man I want to become in a few years? Why would I not be emulating every single one of his habits and lifestyle right now, right this instant? Think of it. Does it not make sense? If the man that you want to become or the woman you want to become is extremely successful and wakes up every day and wakes up every morning with a goal, with passion, with strength, and with not, I'm not going to say motivation, just with discipline, because motivation doesn't last. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. If you can genuinely lock in and if you can genuinely hammer down the principles in you and the morals in you that are going to lead you to where you want to be in life, that's discipline and that's permanent. So, discipline is the thing that's going to get you to the person you want to become. And that's the only thing that's going to allow you to emulate the habits that the person you want to become will have. And so you start doing them right now. All right, everyone. I don't want this video to be insanely long. And I do have more to speak about, of course, but there will be more videos to come. If you guys enjoyed my rant, my down to earth talk, my real talk, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tell me about your most extravagant, most extreme exam season spontaneous event that's ever happened to you, that's you've ever planned or that's ever happened to you, because those are two different things. You know what I'm saying? If anything, just leave a like, subscribe. There will be more videos to come. You will relate. We will talk, have nice chat. I like this. I love it. I love thinking deeply about life. Nice views, right? Nice crack in the sky over there. And stay strong, honestly, guys. Stay strong, stay motivated, stay energetic. I kid you not, waking up early, I kid you not. If you don't have this energy that I'm giving off right now with you throughout the day, just wake up early. Just give it a try. I would not have this energy that I'm carrying with me right now. This energy, I'm gonna tell you something. This is energy that I'm carrying there right now is my 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. 2 a.m. motivation. You know that, right? You know those feelings that you get at those times. This is just that energy. This is the same exact energy, but I'm just carrying it on in the morning. And you know why I have the ability to carry on in the morning right now? I would not have this ability if it was for me waking up at 11 a.m., 12 p.m. I would not have the energy for that. 10 a.m. No, I have to get up when the sun rises. I get up before the birds start chirping. You know why? Because then they start chirping for me. Now I know that might sound like, what's the word? Self-centered, narcissistic, but no, 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 no. It's just you seize the day, you seize the moment. You're in control of your life when you get up early. You're in absolute control of what happens. Of course, as long as you wake up with good health, with everyone's in good health, family and everything. That's obviously in God's hands, not up to us. But aside from everything that's in your control, it's all gonna be in your control when you get up early. When you get up when the sun does. When the sun gets up, I get up. Because the birds, they'll start chirping for me and only me. No one else is out here. Well, right now it's like 6:37. That's because I took so long to set up the video and takes and editing. But I mean, like editing exposure and stuff. TMI. But what I'm saying is get up early. You're never, ever, ever. You don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything to lose. Try it if you haven't tried it before. And I'll see you all in the next video.